Estou muito feliz em compartilhar com vocês hoje uma história e que ao longo do tempo a gente vai tendo a oportunidade de ser presenteado. Vou trazer para vocês uma história muito bacana de um casal, na verdade, de americanos que vieram aqui do Espírito Santo se tratarem conosco. E é uma honra muito grande recebê-los. Eu vou apresentá-los um pouquinho, vou contar um pouquinho da história, mostrar um pouquinho do que a gente fez. Como eles são americanos, nós vamos conversar em inglês e nós vamos botar a legenda embaixo para vocês entenderem direitinho, mas o mais importante é mostrar para vocês que aqui em Vitória hoje vocês têm a possibilidade de ter o que se tem hoje em todo o Brasil, em São Paulo, nas grandes cidades, onde eu também trabalho, onde eu também tenho esse tipo de técnica, onde eu também faz esse tipo de coisa, mas também nos Estados Unidos, onde é o berço disso tudo. Então, sim, aqui na Biopen a gente pode proporcionar isso tudo para vocês. E esse é um dos recados que eu gostaria de passar para vocês. Tá? E com uma experiência fantástica que a gente está tendo dessas duas pessoas maravilhosas. Oh, hi, how are you?
Very good.
Well, today I asked you guys to come here to talk a little bit about why you guys came to Brazil to do this treatment and your experience in the US and what's the experience you're experiencing here in Brazil and the differences you guys are having, so far from the healthcare system that you guys have in America and what you guys are having the opportunity here in Brazil. So I would like to hear a little bit from you. This wonderful lady, I had an opportunity to meet her a year ago, not a year ago, 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
6 months. Yeah.
She used to have. Okay, tell your story.
Yeah. Well, I have back pain for about 20 years now. I had my first surgery. I was okay for a while. I injured again. The doctor said I cannot operate you because it's too soon. And I was in pain for a long time. Did some treatments and finally I got better. But then in 2019, I start having pains. The other pain I had was not on the sciatica, it was not on the legs. But the pain I had the second time was on both legs. And then he said, you have two surgeries you have to do. I thought he would open me up and do the two surgeries at the same time. He didn't. He did. Which one is the one that you have more pain? On the left. So he operates the left. That was in April. And then I continue recovering and having pain on the right. So I spent a whole year practically with pain. So he did a discectomy.
You got out of the hospital with pain,
Yes.
and this pain was not treated.
No, not treated at all. And I had to recover from the surgery that I just had. So it was very painful. I spent the whole year. September, the same year in September, he did finally the surgery.
Yeah, and then I met you.
Yeah.
And
No, because I had pain again. I went to the doctor and he said, well, now it's L2 and 3. You had problems on health, 4 and 5. Now you have 2 and 3.
so just for you guys to know, she used to have a problem with lumbar spine. So the doctor said first, okay, you have to do a surgery here. And now you have to do a surgery here, what we call discectomy. That's what he did. But he left the hospital with the pain, with the same pain,
Yeah, I understand.
and exaggerated because it was worse because of the surgery.
Yeah, because.
And that's when I met her.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, you need another operation. And in my mind, I said, I had 3 surgeries. I had enough. I'm going to look for something else.
And how you came to me and how you found Dr. JP.
I I have a cousin that was in relationship with a wonderful doctor. He has a new methodology. So I said maybe he can help me. And he said, no, I'm not an orthopedic doctor, but I know somebody. So he recommended you.
So when we met at first, before the treatment, before you came to Brazil and everything, what was the difference that you saw on our practice and then our approach to the pain differently that you saw in America?
Well, the other doctor is okay. Let's get some MRI, this and this. Okay. Oh, let's treat this pain. But what I feel about you, and I felt good, and is that you were not treating just the pain. You were treating me as a whole. So you found some deficiencies and some vitamins and things. You start treating me there too. So it's the whole center. And it's individualized. It's not like you open a book, oh, yeah, she has this and this and this. You treat, you saw me as a person, you saw me as a person in pain, and you want that to, to make it better.
This is one of the things that we used to talk about. Uh, Artificial intelligence, I'm going to show you guys. This is one of the things that I use in my practice and I use with you guys also. This is going to help us a lot in the future.
Yeah.
But humanity and the way that we treat people is the really way to treat pain, right?
Yeah.
If you don't treat the person, you're not going to be able to treat the pain,
Right.
the way it has to be treated.
Right.
So you guys gave me the opportunity to come here, and you've been here for the last 5 weeks, right?
5 weeks, yes.
How has been your experience so far?
Well, first of all, I feel like this is my second home. I greet everybody. Everybody is so kind to me. They make me feel at home. I, I'm not scared to talk. I'm not scared to ask any questions I have. And the treatment is completely different. So it's something new to me, but it's something that's working. And if it's working, we're going to continue.
And what about your pain?
Yes. For example, today I have no pain.
So we're talking about 5 weeks of chronic pain, and in 5 weeks, tell you, I'm doing my best, you're doing your best, but you're in a very wonderful place also, so this helps a lot too, right? And well, another question I would like to ask you guys, with all these approaches and all these techniques and using thermology, for probably this was the first time you saw
Yes.
this in practice. What's your guys' opinion about this approach and this kind of medicine that we are doing here? I know that some people in America do, but what's your opinion? I would like to know, your opinion about this approach. What you guys think?
I
And
feel like they they know how in a traditional medicine they know how I'm feeling, but they don't. And with all this equipment and approach and tests, I feel like you have a picture, a better picture than just say, "Oh, I know what she has, and let's do that way." You know, and so you have okay, like we had before. My pain's on the left, but it's responding on the right as well.
and you didn't
We found that.
and you didn't know why,
Yeah,
and I could show you why,
Yeah.
explain you why,
Yeah.
you understood your pain,
yeah,
and then during the process of getting better, you're getting better understanding the pain.
exactly.
So
Exactly. Yeah, that's
I'm
how
so helpful.
we feel like we are part of the process. We
Yeah.
are accompanying our own progress, our own stage, and then being blind. It's okay. Now you're done.
And the most important for me, how happy are you?
I am very happy.
That's the most important
I'm
thing.
very happy.
It does worth to come
Yeah,
here.
because you treat not just my back, but how I sleep.
Yes.
And I'm eating pretty good, but you know how I approach things that make the pain feel worse. So it's another lifestyle we have to approach to benefit from all this treatment.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
that's how I feel.
Thank you very much. Well, this is a wonderful example for you guys, just to show how we combine all this methodology using personal physical examination, personal understand what the person really needs at the present moment. We do look at the past.
Yeah.
We have to look at the past because we have to know what happened before.
Yeah.
But we have to understand what I do use a lot of equipment and everything, but I have to understand as a doctor what she has, and I have to understand what I have to do in the present moment for her to get better. And one of the nice things, and I'm really grateful for that, is because if I can have could have the opportunity like I'm having with you guys to see almost every day,
Yes.
I could be a lot better doctor, for you. Sure, you guys are giving your lives for me, and I'm trying to give mine for you guys. So when we are, dealing with chronic pain, we have to do this. This is kind of a devotion, that you're
It is
commitment, for the treatment, and that's why she's getting better too.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
One of the differences too is to treat Marcia, they were using cortisone shots, and
Yes.
we found that the cortisone shots actually degrade the body and break it down, and they only allowed you to do that and stay in pain for quite a long period of time before they do another series of shots, and then that didn't really work, and so that what they're doing is they're using old school technology and not allowing other options into the system because this is what they've been doing forever.
And that's another curiosity I would like to ask you guys. You were talking about cortisone, and now you're doing regenerative medicine.
Yes.
You had experienced both. In both of you, a lot of people think that cortisone works fast and that's it. And now you've been doing this forever, and we always say that regenerative medicine depends on the body reaction or body response. What's your guys' body's response for regenerative medicine?
It's I know this is new for me because I'm actually going through a process too with my hand and my back also, and my knee and my arm.
I'm gonna talk about you too.
We were coming for her, and I ended up doing a lot of the procedures myself, and it seems to be helping my body naturally regenerate, which is nice. That's what it comes down to.
That's what you feel.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I'm gonna talk a little bit now with him, just to know about his history a little bit and tell you guys. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about you. So you came along with your wife, and tell me your history a little bit. Why everything that happened, and what we are doing so far, and how you're feeling so far.
Well, on the hand part, for the last year, what happened is my arm was severed and all my tendons were cut, and so this hand didn't work. And I'd gone through 3 operations, and the problem is my muscle and my scar tissue tend to develop really fast, and so it was causing the tendons to bind and to all grow together. And with this last operation I did in the U.S., he's a brilliant surgeon. He did a great job on making everything function properly. But I had to start rehabilitation immediately, and therefore I had to keep my arm up for like 3 months. And he said, keep your arm up so that the scar tissue doesn't regrow too fast. But it still regrew, and it was still seizing up, and all the inner tissue was connecting. And we went through some procedures that were.
It wasn't just your forearm. You had
No,
problems on your back and
my
shoulder
my
and
shoulder
knee.
did really good, and my knee, I had water on my knee and my elbow, and the water in my knee and my elbow are gone. And my shoulder's doing much better, and my knee's doing much better.
And
this is really
how
sensitive
long?
right now.
How long did it take? 3 weeks so far.
2
weeks so far.
Yeah,
I started.
Yeah.
So he has a very high quality biological response. That's it.
Yeah.
And I would like to know from your words now, what's your experience with this type of approach and this type of medicine for you from now on? What are you going to do for your life? Knowing about this approach and knowing what to do right now.
Well, it's all new to me, like I said, and just trying to see how my body, takes all this in. I feel like I've got a new chance to get my body working properly again. That's kind of what it comes down to.
That's wonderful for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm here with a picture. So this is the thermology of him, and I'm gonna show you. I'm doing other exams, but this is specifically, his forearm he was talking about. And this is the scar tissue that he used to have. It was, compressing the tendons and everything. So we are releasing it with hydrodissections under ultrasound guidance. And we're getting a very good results. Not only this technique, we're using combined techniques. And today you're going to use a new technique with it too. But so far, in 2 weeks, we are getting his life better. So it's not because of the technology. It's because of his biological response. But it's because of your commitment too. So this is what my message for you guys. If you're committed to your treatment and your doctor has to treat you well, has to give you the right diagnosis, right, and treat the person, not the symptom. Treat exactly what they need. So one of the things that we did together that I hope it was kind of part of the treatment was, we had, moqueca here in Victoria, right? That helps a lot, with healing. Oh yeah. Yeah, we are having so much fun anyway. So, and these bodies, I want to show you guys another thing. So what I'm showing right now is the platform that we use for reading these thermology images. So we see all these images. We see, this platform reads all these images, so we can create the models and understand everything he has, specifically in his forearm or whatever place we want. So specifically in his forearm, we're examining here, and this is the way, if you see here in math, it's kind of, this is the type of the scar tissue. So we're not seeing too much damage, so too much inflammation, because it's a scar tissue. So it's not that inflamed, and that's in math. Okay, so I cannot, misunderstand anything, because math, doesn't, it's very precise. So with this platform, we can get all the images, and with the results, we can generate, loading all the informations. We can ask him, please give me a report. And using the images, the AI is going to give me a report and show to me not only the problems he was telling me, but also all the problems he has. So using the AI system, so I put all the problems he had and the images over here. So the AI gives us a report of everything in math, in all the informations about what's going on in his body. So we have a chat box here that we can ask something else if we need additional information. So he was talking about his right shoulder, his left shoulder, his lumbar pain, his forearm, his wrist, but there are more things to see. So we have to see some other things. So this is what the AI is helping us. But also, if we want to ask the AI something else, so kind of like, uh, does he have any problem in his lumbar region? So based on the AI images, it tells us that there is an asymmetry, there is a contracture, and given this point, there may be underlying tissue in the lumbar needs investigation. So the AI is telling us, yes, please, there is something to do there. There is in math, there is something going on. You have to understand. So before doing, knowing everything, the AI just reading the thermal images was already capable of seeing the problems. And that's one of the things that the AI is going to help us. And this is the part of one of the nice parts. So with the hydrodissection we did, what I can show you here. So this is the scar tissue, and this is where we hydrodissected, and we're releasing the tendons upon the scar tissue, and he's getting a lot better, in just 2 weeks. And he's gonna probably need another shot to get a little better. But this is one of the techniques we use nowadays.